यही खूबसूरती है कश्मीर की। सफ़र में दो परेशान लोग सोनमर्ग की वादियों में कहवे का लुत्फ़ उठा रहे हैं।
Hi, I'm Iban, and this is the story of RAH BAKSHTAM.
Everything was going really well until we stopped shooting.
So almost 3 साल पहले we started working on this story that was about this Kashmiri girl who was born in Kashmir but not raised there. We started working on a 30-minute script of the film, and at that time Sparsh, who's the producer in this film, was the director of that film, and I was the producer of it. So eventually, a few years later, we somehow figured out the entire logistics, and this time we had made so many changes in the script in the following years, so it felt like a feature. So Sparsh had started his production company, that's Spawn TV. We wanted this to be the first feature under that production, still an independent feature but under his production. He said that he wants to produce this one, which I was okay with. That meant I could direct and he would produce. So we kind of switched roles.
Hi, I am Sparsh. I am the producer of RAH BAKSHTAM.
What the fuck?
तुमसे ये काम कैसे तुम लोग से नहीं हुआ अभी तक?
मैं खेल रहा था पूरा दिन।
नहीं, अब आज की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं, पूरे प्री प्रोडक्शन के कंसिडरेशन में ये काम कैसे नहीं हुआ अब तक? Up until day T-1, everything was frankly going sort of smoothly. I mean, of course, there were ups and downs that every production has, but up until that point, I felt it was just Hiban and I who had written this story very faithfully, and we were just passionately going around looking for locations, recce's, and looking for casts, crew, just putting the team together. Quite a lot like George Clooney and Brad Pitt. I won't say who's who, but that's how we had gotten up to day T-1. Just us getting together, collecting the team, finalizing the script, and making all the decisions according to the script.
So day one, we are finally ready to shoot. Everybody's excited the night before and बहुत late हम सब सोए. Our call time was 6 a.m. and सब लोग सोए हैं and I get a call and it's our assistant director.
Hi, my name is Salma Masood and I was the first AD. I was not the first AD. Hi, my name is Salma Masood and I was the second assistant director.
And she has reached the set and I am very confused. I look at the time and it's already 6:15 and nobody's gotten up. सब लोग सो रहे हैं. बस हमारी जो AD एक थी जो बाहर से आने वाली थी वो सेट पे पहुंच चुकी है.
Because this was my first time on the set, I wanted to be on time, so I reached earlier than I was supposed to, earlier than the call time.
And I freaked out. I got up. I just started shouting here and there कि उठो लेट हो गया. And मैं जाके वॉशरूम में then 5 मिनट में रेडी होके निकल गया. गाड़ी की चाबी ली. My producer also just brushed and we jumped into a car and we asked everybody to reach the set. जितनी भी बाकी गाड़ियाँ थी वो लेकर and हम लोग सेट पे पहुँचे. क्या इम्प्रेशन बना है हमारे AD के सामने. डायरेक्टर प्रोड्यूसर पूरी टीम है ही नहीं कहीं पे.
Proud moment.
1-1.5 घंटे बाद सब सेटअप हो गया and this was me and most of us, we were shooting a film for the first time in Kashmir and I remember my friends were there and पहला जब हमने shot लिया तो like the moment I said action, the moment the entire thing just started rolling. It was a very surreal experience. I mean, I'm sure after a point when people shoot a lot of film it becomes natural, but first time doing that it feels something else only.
Really, it was like out of a dream feeling for me because it was an independent film, but then everything was according to what I have been taught what films are like.
So yeah, a lot of people got emotional that day and then we just went into it. जो भी हमने प्लान किया था अभी तक we just started going at it. हमारा पहला सीन था शाबाज और सलमान जो दो पुलिस ऑफिसर का रोल प्ले करते हैं. That's the first scene we shooted from the film. That day, I think we shot till 8-9 p.m. Our camera team and sound team, they were not from Kashmir, so they have shifts in Bombay. They have 12 घंटे 11 घंटे की shifts. But Kashmir mein there's no concept of shifts, so we just went on shooting until we finished. And that was something weird for them, which they had a talk with the producer. Sparsh had to handle a lot of things.
हमारा जो टाइम था शूटिंग का, शूटिंग पीरियड वाज लाइक अराउंड 14 days. During these days we had to wake up around like 4 in the morning and the shift will go till like 6-7 p.m. साथ में साथ शूट भी करना and manage भी करना चीज़ें. I remember Fahad, he was really amazing. He was my assistant and without him I couldn't have done it.
It was my first movie and I was really excited, but the job can be stressful. The working hours can stretch beyond regular timings, so one has to maintain a good mental and physical health. Hi, I'm Daiba. I worked as a makeup artist in RAH BAKSHTAM. Working at a film production can be a lot of fun, but all that glitters is not gold. In this profession, one gets to use their imagination and creativity to design and transform the appearance of actors. I remember Hiban and Sparsh were so dedicated and stressed at the same time.
What Hiban and I wanted to do with this film was we knew that we are independent filmmakers. We know we are short of money. We know that it's difficult out there for artists of our set of privilege as an artist is quite different from what it takes to get into the industry, I guess. And what Hiban and I really wanted to do was bridge that gap between independent filmmaking and commercial cinema and bring that together where there are these rich, colorful, authentic stories from the homes of people, but also it has this commercial packaging where it is the highest end equipments and just everything all together. So on day T-1, up until where I had thought it was just Hiban and I trying to figure things out, I saw my camera team. Our camera and our lenses were from Chennai because we wanted this particular look from Atlas Orion, and the ones in Bombay were unavailable at the time and Kashmir didn't have them at all, so we had to ship them from Chennai. We got two very faithful cameramen along with the cameras who were Charles and Bala. Now these two gentlemen did not speak a word of Hindi, English or any other language. They only knew Tamil. And I saw my cameraman and I saw my DOP team who were trying to speak in whatever languages they could to communicate what they want for their setup to be. And Charles and Bala have never seen independent filmmaking because they have been responsible for cameras and technology that has only been used when Sethupathi is on frame or when Vijay Thalapathy is on frame. Now I see these people work together in this hotel that I had booked for everyone. The entire crew was working together. There was one room was there where the costume was happening, one room was where the actors were rehearsing, one room was where the props were being taken care of. People had split up automatically. Up until day T-1, we used to go up to everyone and be like, हाँ भाई ये करना है, हाँ भाई ये करना है. At this point on, everyone was on their toes because everyone knew कि next day shoot है, shoot के लिए ready रहना है. That moment where I feel like this is not just Hiban and my film. This is just a huge collaborative effort of all the Kashmiris that we know. And everyone is doing their own thing. Now Charles and Bala are trying to give Ruman or DOP the setup that he needs, which needs to be as portable and as quick as, let's say, an A7S III on a gimbal. But of course that can't happen when you have a Red Komodo and an Atlas Orion attached to it. And they tried a lot of different shoulder rigs, maybe we had a huge octopus rig of sorts, I guess that's what it's called. I'm not sure what it's called at this point. But it was this high crane stuff which was used as a stabilizer. There were a lot of multiple things that they had to take out, like, oh, can we have the matte box? And no, but we need it for the NDs. There's a lot of logistics and technicalities that were going on, which I personally would not even be aware of as much. But I remember this moment where Charles somehow does everything that Ruman asks. And Ruman is like, ye chahiye, but he's not able to understand Tamil. I'm trying to sit there in the middle, trying to translate because I know a bit of Kashmiri and I know a bit of Tamil, but I don't know both equally at all. And I'm trying to coordinate that. And he's like, how can you do it like this? And there's a lot of complications and conflicts of sorts that I never imagined. And make it sort of like this, when just all of them had one vision that, oh, you know what, he needs a quick and easy to go setup. I remember that Charles finally looked at the set and he just said, yeah, it's cute setup da. And Ruman said, "We are cute people, da." And that was just Kashmir se Kanyakumari, literally log aake just making things possible. That was such a heartwarming moment.
What do you say, girlfriend in It's okay.
तभी प्रैंक हो रहा है। बाला का सामान हमने चोरी रख दिया है, बाला अभी ढूंढेगा, बाला का ताला खुल जाएगा अभी।
We had an amazing crew from Mumbai and from Kashmir as well. I really liked the collaboration between the Mumbai and the Kashmir. So we got really inspired by the ADs, art director, the sound engineers, of course the producer. On this set, we had a really tight schedule, like 14 days. It was like pre-production, recce's and all. I remember going with Hiban and Sparsh and rest of the team, like ADs and the art director.
So me, Hiban, Akhil, who has turned out to be a very nice friend. Hearts. The first thing that struck me about the whole was that they were all very young. I was like, oh god, they're like almost my age only, and they are taking on such a big task because it's not easy to make films. I had that clipboard with me all the time. I had that slab thing. I was like super excited to slap the slate, to do the slate all the time. That was my thing. Fun fact, I was one of the very few girls on the set, but I'm very happy about how it took place, because when I heard about it, I got excited about the project because it was a Kashmiri film about Kashmiri people with Kashmiri people, and you know, made by Kashmiri people itself. So it was one of a kind opportunity for me, because I am also a film student and I did want to be in a film. Although it was an independent film, me and my classmate, we went through a lot of hustle to get permission to be away from college for like 15 days with my attendance already very low. I somehow landed on the set, very few girls. But it was a hell of a roller coaster in like 15 days, because I just experienced tons of things in those days.
Hi, my name is Ruman. I am the director of photography for RAH BAKSHTAM. हम जहाँ भी शूट करते हैं हम बस आ जाते हैं और हम अपना ले जाते हैं, बाकी हम टेंशन नहीं लेते। आपका वॉकी कहाँ? अरे आई डोंट हैव, यू टुक इट फ्रॉम। मेरे लिए एज अ डीओपी एक हाईलाइट ये था कि स्पर्श एंड हिबान दे पुश कि हम एटलस एनामॉर्फिक लेंसेज पे शूट करें। रेड पे भी हम शूट कर रहे थे, ऑब्वियसली रेड कोमोडो पे, लेकिन ज्यादा बड़ी हाईलाइट एटलस एनामॉर्फिक लेंसेज पे शूट करना था, जो उससे हमारा जो शॉट्स, उनकी जो लुक और फील जो आ रही थी, इट वाज सो अमेजिंग। एंड सैडली हम फिल्म कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाए क्योंकि प्रोड्यूसर हैं, उनको कुछ पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम हुई थी, तो उस वजह से शूटिंग कंप्लीट नहीं हो पाई, लेकिन मैक्सिमम शूट हुआ और एक खूबसूरत कहानी, खूबसूरत फ्रेम्स हमने कैप्चर कर लिए थे। और बस अब थोड़ा सा हमें उसमें आपकी हेल्प से हम थोड़ा सा उसमें जो कंप्लीट करने का बचा है वो करना चाहते हैं और इसको पूरा एक शेप देना चाहते हैं। तो अगर आपको ये फिल्म की कहानी इंटरेस्टिंग लग रही है, प्लीज़ इसको सपोर्ट करें जितना भी आपसे हो सके, क्योंकि इसमें हमने इतनी सारी मेहनत की है कि आई कांट एक्सप्लेन इट इन वर्ड्स। मे बी आप विजुअल से देख रहे होंगे कि किन चैलेंजिंग हालात में हमने ये शूट की है। Like 16-17 hours we would be shooting in Pahalgam. I think we had week or 10 days in Pahalgam, और नींद उसका कोई आइडिया नहीं रहा हमें उन दिनों।
आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा?
रात की एक्सपीरियंस काफ़ी आंखें खोलने वाला था, पूरी रात आंखें खोलनी रखनी पड़ी है।
There was this one day we had to shoot a scene where there's a lot of police in the frame, checking हो रही है। तो उस दिन पुलिस वाले हमारे सेट पे आए थे just to give us some protection in case something happened, because we were shooting in some थोड़ा sensitive area. So I reached the set and I see these 4 or 5 police wale standing in the corner and they have their guns and everything, you know. I'm like, wow, that's cool. So next moment I see कि हमारा production designer है, वो उनके पास जाके उनमें से 2 की guns लेके उनको दूसरी guns दे। एक सेकंड के लिए मैं इतना confused हुआ, I'm like, wait, what? ये पुलिस वालों की gun लिया।
देखा चेक पॉइंट याद का असली पुलिस वाले, मुझे लगा कांड हो गया।
भाई मुझे भी लगा, मैं जब वहाँ से निकला गली से बाहर, मैं बोला इतनी पुलिस वाली क्यों है?
गड़े चुप थी, बाद में
गाड़ियाँ टर्न करके वापस जा रही है, डर रहे लोग।
बाद में पता चला ये अपने ही एक्टर लोग हैं। ये देख इसकी पढ़ के देख रिएक्शन बड़ी थी।
We didn't have that much budget to get dummy guns, so we just bought toy gun. We bought those, and then our production designer Prithvi, he did some magic, and वो एकदम real लगने लगी, पूरा metal की।
चाइनीज माल है।
हाँ मतलब हम डायरेक्टर नहीं है तो हमारा BTS नहीं लिया जाएगा, डायरेक्टर प्रोड्यूसर नहीं है तो BTS नहीं लिया जाएगा।
क्या है ये?
बहुत गलत बात है ये, वैसे बहुत हर्ट हुआ है हमको। आई थिंक आई विल लीव द सेट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस। कोई इज्जत ही नहीं है। लोग की गालियां वालियां देते हैं 1 सेकंड में, लेकिन जब हम काम कर रहे हैं वो दिखाते नहीं है।
I know, right?
नीचे तक काट मार
ब्रो
We want reality in the set.
हाथ कटेगा।
करने देना ब्रो, काय पर टेंशन ले रहे हैं, करा लेंगे इंश्योरेंस।
प्रोड्यूसर साहब अगर हमारा हाथ कटता है
तो क्या आप हमारा
इंश्योरेंस
हेल्थ का खर्चा लेंगे?
We want
इंश्योरेंस।
we want hands, new hands.
I remember when I was essentially the villain on set because as a producer I was upset that once we couldn't pull through, and apparently I gave up this vibe when I called everybody to have a team meeting and I sat down and I'm like, what is happening? And I just rambled on. I thought I was being supportive and understanding and trying to figure out how to solve the next problem, but I think I came off as the villain there, where I was just like a teacher बच्चों को डांट रही, क्या है homework क्यों नहीं किया? And the next day these guys finished an hour before sunset. But अभी कैमरा रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है, मैं इस सब बोलूँगा नहीं। T-1 was when this is not my film, man. This can never be my film. This is that collaborative effort. That is essentially the beauty of filmmaking, where everybody is coming together to tell that one story and tell that one story faithfully. And I feel that this is something that lacks in the commercial world, that doesn't always happen. And that is what I think I'm very proud of, that our team was able to pull off. Frankly, I mean, this film is theirs as much as it's anyone else. Every single person on that set owns the rights of the film, because without them, this film would be nothing.
Yeah, so this film was one of the best experiences of my life. Shooting it was amazing. Shooting it is actual. I have so many good memories attached to the shoot of this film, and I really hope we are able to finish it. I really hope we are able to complete the film and revive it and show it to everybody.
It's unfortunate that I'm talking about all this without actually being able to show you the final product, because a lot of effort went into this and a lot of blood, sweat and tears, literal blood, sweat and tears. And it was the culmination of so much, and to see it the only half complete breaks my heart. It's just unfair to everyone. I don't know how to improve this. Like, they deserve the complete film, not just one and I.
Everybody who sees this behind the scenes video, if it really touches you, or if you enjoy it, if you see the things we went through and everything that we did to make this film, if it interested you in any way, I would really love if you could go to the crowdfunding site that we have and donate if you can, and if not, share it with everybody you know who you think would want to donate. So in that way we might hopefully raise a certain amount of money that would help us to finish this film. So yeah, that was all from me today, and I hope we get to finish this film. A lot of good memories from the set. Really want to go back to the set. So help us out there. All the best.
चले हम चले सारे शोर से बीती शामों से टूटे ख्वाबों से चले हम चले सारे शोर से बीती शामों से टूटे ख्वाबों से चले हम चले सारे शोर से बीती शामों से टूटे ख्वाबों से चले हम चले चले हम चले दूर चले ये कदम बीती शाम से दूर